Curley back in. Catcher sets up inside. Pitch popped foul. Back into the stands on the first base side. We'll get another 2-2 delivered. It's Tennessee's third game here in Hoover. It's the second contest for Vanderbilt. Curley again, digs back in. The pitch swung through for strike three, and after 2 walks to start the inning, 3 straight strikeouts, Tennessee misses out on an opportunity to score first. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. It's Tennessee nothing. Vanderbilt coming to bat. This is Tennessee baseball.
In a world of high vehicle prices, where great deals seem out of reach, a beacon of hope appears. Look to the skies, Knoxville. The super dealer is here. Ted Russell Ford is your super dealer, fighting high prices whenever they strike. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or visit us online at tedrussellford.net. See dealer for details.
Are you ready to stop living life on the sidelines? Then call Be the Younger You. Right now, they're offering a spring into summer event with 20% off, where you go in and you meet with one of their counselors and you learn how to eat effectively. So it's going to reduce your inflammation. In fact, most people lose about 20 to 30 pounds in the first month. You can come off of some of your medications. You can lose the weight. You can keep that weight off and not have to go back. Give them a call today, 865-498-3000, or visit BeTheYoungerYou.com.
Results may vary.
The Sports Animal.
Starting for Tennessee is freshman right-hander number 21, Tegan Coons. 6'3", 189 pounds from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Tegan on the season is 2-3 with a 4.58 earned run average, making his 15th appearance his 10th start. He's worked 35 in the third innings, 38 hits, 23 runs, 18 earned, and 35 in the third. Tegan has struck out 39. He's walked 16. Coons has allowed 4 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs. Opponents hit .266 against Tegan Coons. As far as the lineup for Vanderbilt, it'll be second baseman number 19, Rustin Rigdon, leading it off. Batting second, center fielder number 42, R.J. Austin. Batting third at first base, number 32, Riley Nelson. Batting fourth at third base, number 9, Brody Johnston. Batting fifth in left field, number 26, Braden Holcomb. Batting sixth and catching, number 44, Colin Barcy. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 13, Jonathan Vastine. Batting eighth in right field, number 10, Jacob Humphrey. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 5, Mike Mancini. So those are a look at the Eastman starting lineups, brought to you by Eastman and our good friends at Food City, UT Recycling and Waste Connections. Remember to put your plastic drinking cups and bottles in the recycling barrels when you visit any of the venues on the campus of the University of Tennessee. Remember, good sports always give back. So Tennessee stranded 2 runners. And now we'll see what Coons can do against this Commodore attack, as it's the right-hander ready to face the left-handed hitting second baseman number 19, Rustin Rigdon. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Rigdon can hit from either side, so hitting from the left side against the Tennessee freshman. Hitting .248 for the season with 2 homers, 22 runs batted in. Pitch hit high and foul out of play towards left. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 feet tall, 177 pounds, a freshman from Metter, that's Metter, Georgia. Marin plays even with a bag at third. Rest of the infield back. Wow, pretty nice pitch. Ruled outside, and it's ball 2. 2-1 the count. Coons kicks and delivers. Pitch misses inside. Ball 3. Derek Malika has the plate today, as he did for Tennessee against Alabama. Ground ball up the middle. Gets under the glove of Keelan. He was ranging behind the bag at second, trying to come up with it. And it just got under his glove. Don't know that he would have had a play to first. And so it is a leadoff hit. So a single up the middle. Vanderbilt ran well against Tennessee. They have 4 members of the lineup that have 9 or more stolen bases. They have 5 that have 9 or more stolen bases. They have 4, 17 or more stolen bases. And Rigdon is 17 for 20 as he gets his lead at first. R.J. Austin climbs in from the right side. The runner takes off immediately. The throw down, not in time. So a stolen base immediately. And Cannon Peebles is going to come out and talk to Tegan Coons. Vanderbilt is 101 for 123 stealing bases. Tennessee has had 111 bases stolen against them for the coming into today's game. Tennessee has thrown out 32 trying to steal, so that stolen base 112 allowed by the Vols. It was strike one to the batter. R.J. Austin hitting .271 for the season with 2 homers, 41 runs batted in. Andrew Fisher plays in at first. Marin plays close to the bag at third. Breaking ball misses in. The scoreboard originally said it was strike one. It was ball one. That makes it 2-0. Coons eyes the runner at second. The pitch, driven in the air towards center. Ranging over to his right is Ensley. He'll make the catch. The runner tags at second but holds his position. And that's out number 1. So 1 down, a man at second for Riley Nelson. Nelson, the leading hitter for the Commodores. He's hitting .360 for the season. The next highest number in the lineup is .290. 7 home runs, 43 runs batted in, 13 doubles and a triple. He's a left-handed batter. Commodores have a runner at second. Check of second by Coons, and the pitch misses outside, ball 1. Nelson with the junior college route before making his way to Nashville. He's been a remarkable addition. 6'3", 222 pounds. A junior from Trophy Club, Texas. Pitch misses high and outside, and it's ball 2. 2-0. So today's game was originally supposed to be a 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central start, but they are expecting some thunderstorms through the area later this afternoon. Pitch line down the right field line, but hooking foul, and it will indeed land in foul ground. Looked like it was holding that line for the longest time. It is strike 1 to the batter. 2-1 on the count. So with the hopes of getting both semifinals in today, that's how Tennessee and Vanderbilt got moved up 2 hours. And then the second game will be Ole Miss against LSU. So here it is the 8-seed Tennessee against the 4-seed Vanderbilt. And the other 2 teams, the 7-seed Ole Miss and the 3-seed LSU. Fastball misses away. It's ball 3 to the batter. 3-1 the count as Brody Johnston moves into the on-deck circle. Against the left-handed batter, Tennessee pulls Keelan over to the right side of the infield. 3 defenders between first and second. Tennessee has done that more and more as we get deeper into the season. Hard grounder past the diving first baseman into right field. It goes. Vanderbilt takes the lead. RBI single for Nelson. So the single, the stolen base, and Nelson just took second without Tennessee got the ball back to the infield. He was actually called out, and the play is under review. So while the throw was a little bit offline, Nelson thought he would take a run, literally, trying to get to second. It was a throw to Keelan, and it looks like, as he was called out, this play should stand. But it is a run batted in. So he is indeed out. So it will be a single, a run batted in for Nelson. He's got 44, second most on the team. But then Tennessee able to make the play behind him and get the second out of the inning. So just a laser beam of a base hit between first and second. And credit Manny Marin, as the throw again missed the cutoff man. Marin came charging in. Pitch misses outside, low ball one to Brody Johnston. Gloved the ball on his side of the pitcher's mound and immediately fired to Keelan, who was there to apply the tag. So it will be single, run batted in, and then 9-5-6 on the putout. That ball hit sky high into right field by Johnston. Coming in is Chapman. Reese will make the catch, and that ends the inning. So a leadoff single, a stolen base, lead to the first run of the game. An RBI single for the Commodores. It's a run, 2 hits, nobody left. After one, Vanderbilt leads the Balls 1-0. This is Tennessee baseball.
Breakfast, brunch, and lunch. Go ahead, name a more iconic trio. We'll wait with the door open and the coffee brewing. Because at First Watch, we're serving up all your brunch favorites and the best of the season, made to order every day from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Whether or not you start at the crack of dawn with us, we'll leave that up to you. Come visit us in your neighborhood or order online at firstwatch.com and on our app. First Watch. Yeah, it's fresh.
Get your car ready for summer during the Memorial Day tire sale through May 24th only at Matlock Tire. Buy any set of 4 Michelin tires and get a $70 instant rebate and a $60 online rebate. Plus discounts on all other tires, specials on oil changes, alignments, brakes, and more. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with Matlock Tire's price match guarantee. Unbeatable prices and incredible service.
Go in the extra mile. Matlock Tire.
It's the pre-Memorial Day sale at Matlock Tire. Farragut, Lenore City, Maryville, Athens, and Hardin Valley.
The Sports Animal.
Each team got 2 men on in the first inning. Tennessee started the inning with 2 on, then 3 straight strikeouts. Vanderbilt got a leadoff single, stolen base, and then a 1-out single. Led to the go-ahead run. Right fielder Reese Chapman, designated hitter Levi Clark, and catcher Cannon Peebles will try and get the balls on the board. Vanderbilt has got the momentum in the series of late as they won the last game last year in Nashville, won the first game in the SEC tournament that they met. They met twice last year. And then they won games 2 and 3 in Knoxville. So they've won 4 of the last 6. Here's the first pitch from Bowker to Reese Chapman, and it drops in for a called strike. Right-handed pitcher working to the left-handed batter. Reese is hitting .287 for the season. Hit his 12th home run of the year against Alabama. He's driven in 48 runs. Swings through that pitch, strike 2, 0-2 the count. And now Vanderbilt will pull the third baseman over to the right side of the infield. Reese wears the number 13, 6'1", 224 pounds, from Parker, Colorado. Swing and a miss. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Bowker as he worked inside. And that's out number 1. So 2 walks, then 4 strikeouts, and here's Levi Clark. Levi, the freshman from Marietta, hitting .330 for the season, making his 32nd start. 9 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Swings and misses at the first pitch, letter high, strike 1. As Bowker, after back-to-back walks, has just filled up the zone. Pitch, outside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Levi, catcher, infielder, outfielder, 6'1", 211 pounds. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Levi had 3 hits, was on base 4 times, had an RBI double, scored 4 times against Alabama. Here's the 1-2. It misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and also walked, scored a run. He scored technically the winning run against Texas. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and that's 5 straight strikeouts. Actually, Levi did not. He got on base. Jay Abernath pinch ran for him, and he scored run number 6 for Tennessee in Thursday's win. So 5 straight have fanned against Bowker. Cannon Peebles hopes to change that. He'll hit from the left side against the right-hander. And the first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Vanderbilt, a run, 2 hits. Tennessee, no runs or hits. A pair of walks. Cannon hitting .253 for the season with 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Sends a ground ball foul towards first. Strike 2, count quickly 0-2 to the junior from Ashland, Virginia. 5'11", 190 pounds. Has had all kinds of huge hits for Tennessee in the first 2 victories here at the SEC tournament. It's that ball high, foul ground, ranging over is Holcomb. He'll run out of real estate, and it remains a 2-strike count. Peebles drove in the first 2 runs for the Vols against Texas, had a big single in that impressive start to the 12th inning, scored the last run for the Vols against the Longhorns. Pitch misses outside, and that evens the count. Excuse me, that's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cannon had 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored in the win over Alabama. Swing and a miss. The ball skips into and past the catcher. And so it will be a strikeout, but no putout. So it will be strikeout number 6. But then it's a wild pitch. And Tennessee will get a base runner. So it is 6 strikeouts now for Bowker. Hitters 3 through 8 in the lineup. Here's Manny Marin looking for a base knock for Tennessee. Strike at the letters, and it's 0-1. Manny hitting .287 for the season with 2 homers, 18 runs batted in. Balls trail 1-0, top of the second, 2 out, man at first. Another strike, upper part of the zone, this time outer part of the plate. Manny wears the number 4. Hialeah, Florida, the greater Miami area, the hometown, 6'1", 181 pounds. The 0-2, hit in the air towards right. Humphrey stands his ground. He'll make the catch. That ends the inning. Well, if nothing more, Tennessee gets a base runner and ends the strikeout streak. But the Volunteers down 1-0 after no runs, no hits, one man left. We move to the bottom of the second. Vanderbilt leads 1-0. This is Tennessee baseball.
There's no doubt the Vols play with a lot of heart. At Covenant Health, we do too. In fact, our healthcare team is the strongest in East Tennessee, treating more hearts with the best results, getting you back in the game faster. Whether that's work, family, or your life's next big play. Because your heart doesn't just beat for you, it beats for the people and moments that matter most. Covenant Health gives you more than care. We give you strength. Covenant Health Heart. Let our strength be yours.
John Wilkerson here, voice of UT Baseball, with Coach Tony Vitello talking about another hometown favorite, Food City. Their produce specialists work directly with farmers to get the freshest produce.
Talk about a home field advantage.
And it's the only place in town with the top quality certified Angus beef brand. Coach, the Vols look good, but how's your game at Food City?
My grocery game is unstoppable. Play ball! Food City, the official supermarket of UT Baseball.
The Sports Animal.
Vanderbilt with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Wednesday and Thursday would have been the double elimination portion of the SEC tournament. So even if this year were being played under last year's format, today would be win or go home. Because it would be double elimination for 2 days, single elimination to determine who wins your bracket, and then winner take all on Sunday. That's where we are. Vanderbilt, a leadoff single, a stolen base, a one-out run batted in. A run, 2 hits for the Doors, no runs or hits, 3 base runners thus far for Tennessee. It'll be left fielder Braden Holcomb in from the right side. First pitch to him misses outside, ball 1. Catcher Colin Barcy and shortstop Jonathan Vastine due up for Vanderbilt. Again, Commodores with a 1-0 advantage. Pitch by Coons. Misses low, 2-0. For the Vols defensively, it's Dalton Barr going left, Hunter Ensley in center, Reese Chapman in right. The infield third to first is Manny Marin, Gavin Keelan, Dean Curley, and Andrew Fisher. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a foul ball right at home plate. Strike 1 to the batter, 2-1 the count. The battery for the Big Orange, Cannon Peebles behind the plate. Tegan Coons on the hill for the University of Tennessee. Good crowd on hand considering the 10 a.m. local time start and the 2-hour bump in start time. Pitch skips into the catcher. That makes it 3-1. Holcomb hitting .279 for the season. Tied for second on the team with 9 home runs. Has 34 runs batted in. Where's the number 26? 6'4", 240 pounds, a sophomore from Orlando. Three and 1. Coons looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a foul ball up and over the screen. That runs the count to 3-2. In what was the rubber match between Tennessee and Vanderbilt in Knoxville. Commodores got the early lead. Tennessee could catch Vandy, but pass the Doors. There's a ground ball up the middle. It'll get into center field for a base hit. Turn it first for Holcomb. And so the second inning starts the same as the first. And that's with a leadoff single. Third hit for Vandy. Holcomb is 2 for 2 stealing bases. And we'll see if they put him in motion. Commodores go pedal to the metal when it comes to running the bases. And did so successfully against Tennessee in games 2 and 3. Liam Doyle was remarkable against Vanderbilt, and Vandy really didn't have much of a chance at all to get base runners, let alone stolen bases. Pitch line back through the box, another base hit. Holcomb will take the turn at second. He'll race to third. And so, nobody out. Runners first and third for the Commodores. Colin Barcy. He hit well against Tennessee in Knoxville. And he just drove that ball right back through the box. So here is Jonathan Bastine, left-handed batter. Tennessee could use a strikeout in the worst way or pop up on the infield, something like that. As Vanderbilt now has a run on 4 hits and threatening again with nobody out in the second inning. Curveball drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Bastine had a big home run for Vanderbilt in that deciding game at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. .286 the average. He has 9 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Barcy is 1 for 1 stealing bases. And so you never know if they put him in motion or not. Just to stay out of the double play, things along those lines. Marin plays in at third. Fisher holds the runner at first. Sweeping curveball is fouled away for strike 2, 0-2 the count. So Barcy, the runner at first, wears the number 44, a 6'3 sophomore, 213 pounds from Naperville, Illinois. Bastine, the man at the plate, 5'11", 174 pounds, a senior from Bartow, Florida. A throw to first, nice move by Coons, but Barcy was able to get back to the bag ahead of the throw. The right-hander ready. Eyes the runner at first over his shoulder. A check of third. Another move to first. As Bastine waits on the 0-2. So again, right-handed pitcher for Tennessee. Left-handed batter for the Doors. Keelan playing almost straight up the middle at short, still his normal side of second. And it was a step off the rubber, a bluff to first, a spin to third, no throw. Head coach Tim Corbin handles the coaching duties at third. And so a new set of signals for the base runners. The 0-2 misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tennessee and Vanderbilt met twice last year in the SEC tournament. Vanderbilt won the first game. Tennessee out of the losers bracket. Came back to meet the Commodores once again. Beat Vanderbilt, and that was what advanced Tennessee to the SEC tournament title game, where the Vols beat LSU. So meeting for the third time in the last 2 SEC tournaments. The 1-2 misses just outside. Got a flick of the wrist from Bastine, but he laid off, and it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Still a pretty good pitch. Holcomb led off the inning with a single up the middle. He's at third. Another base hit to center. Barcy, he's the runner at first. Here's the 2-2. Check swing. They appeal to third. Ball 3 and the count full. So a quick start to this at bat. Coons was ahead in the count with strikes his first 2 pitches. But now the count is full, and Tennessee still looking for that first out here in the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0. Right-hander ready. Runner takes off for second. Pitch is a strike. They'll throw down to second, not in time. Out number one, strikeout, stolen base. It's 2 in scoring position for Jacob Humphrey. So it is the first strikeout for Coons. And Vanderbilt 2 on with 1 out. First pitch to the right-handed batter. Misses low, ball 1. Humphrey wears the number 10. He's a senior. 290 average. That's the second highest in the lineup. 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. Strike at the knees. 1-1 the count. Humphrey listed as a utility player. He is the right fielder. 5'10", 180 pounds from Standish, Maine. The 1-1, strike 2. Coons spots the fastball at 96. Ready to work once again. Checks third. Here's the pitch. Misses just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Teagan with good velocity. Works the fastball. 92 to 96. Pitch. Grounded past the diving second baseman. Into center field it goes. 1 run is in. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's 2-0 Vanderbilt. 3rd hit of the inning. 5th hit of the game. Still runners on the corners. And the Volunteers trail by 2. Here's Mike Mancini, left-handed hitting, DH.
Oh, yeah, Braden.
Tennessee infield will gather on the mound, and it looks like Tony Vitello is going to go to the bullpen and make a change. So Mancini will be the last starter to hit for the first time, but he will not face Tennessee's starter, as it will be a new arm for the Volunteers. So once again, Tennessee wearing the smoky gray jerseys and pants. You've got Tennessee in orange block letters across the front, outlined in white. Orange number lower left, front of the jersey outlined in white. Big orange number on the back outlined in white. And the 2-tone cap, the smoky gray crown, the orange bill, the orange power tee outlined in white. So a new arm takes over for Tennessee. Time for a relief break, and that's brought to you by our friends at Bevco Paving. Bevco Paving, Knoxville's paving specialist, providing quality and excellence for all your paving needs, paving the way to better driveways and parking lots for more than 30 years. Call 865-983-6455. That's Bevco Paving, 983-6455.
I'd like to tell you about my good friends at Bevco Paving. Whether it's the parking lot that brings customers to your business or the driveway that brings you home, Bevco Paving will get you paved and sealed at an affordable price. That's why they're Knoxville's paving specialist. The Bevco team gets the job done right. From the free estimate to final product, they're ready to hit it out of the park for you. Call Bevco Paving today, 983-6455. Mention UT Baseball for 10% off your paving or sealing project. That's Bevco Paving. Call today, 983-6455.
Tennessee will go to left-hander number 37, Dylan Loy. 6 feet tall, 208 pounds, sophomore from Pigeon Forge, out of Pigeon Forge High School. On the season, making his 29th appearance, that leads the staff. He's 4-0 with a 3.54 earned run average. Has 2 of Tennessee's 10 saves. 28 innings, 14 hits, 11 runs, 11 earned. 28 innings, Dylan has struck out 32. He's walked 9. He's allowed 3 doubles, 5 home runs. Opponents hit 144 against Dylan Loy. Mike Mancini left-handed batter will be the first to face Loy, hitting .256 for the season with 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. Mancini homered against Tennessee in that series finale. That was against Nate Snead. So Loy looking for out number 2 or outs 2 and 3 with a runner at first. And he will step and fire to first as Humphrey, 19 stolen bases in 21 tries, is the runner there. 3 hits in the inning. Third hit was an RBI single. 1 out. It was a strikeout. Mancini tried to bunt at it, did not show bunt until the pitch had been thrown. But they worked lower part of the zone, outer part of the plate, and it is strike 1 to the batter. So Tennessee playing a shift over towards the right side of the infield against the left-handed batter, but Manny Marin hanging out at third. And there is another toss to first. A run in each of the first 2 innings thus far for the Commodores. 2 runs, 5 hits for Vanderbilt. Tennessee has had 3 base runners, but Tennessee has no hits. So it's zeros across the board for the Big Orange. He shows bunt again, pushes it towards second. It's a heck of a bunt, and the throw is going to be wide. It was a scoop effort. It goes over Fisher's head, and so it will be a runner to third and a runner to second. So it will likely be a bunt single, a run batted in, E4, and it's 3-0 Vanderbilt, runner second and third, and still 1 out. It was a perfect bunt. Dylan Loy, left-handed pitcher, his momentum carries him to the third base side. So Mancini pushed it in that no man's land towards second base. Dean Curley would have been well advised just to put that ball in his back pocket. You appreciate the effort, but he went with the scoop, and that was just to use his glove to get the ball to Fisher. But it went over Fisher's head. Ball lined up the middle for a base hit. 1 run is in to make it 4-0. They'll send the runner around third. It's 5-0 Commodores. Rigdon, the second baseman, drove in Humphrey and Mancini. And it's 5 runs on 7 hits for the Doors. And still just 1 hit with 4 runs in here in the second. Rigdon led off last inning with a base hit up the middle. The freshman drives in 2, and now he gets his lead from first. And here is Austin, who checks his swing on a pitch high, ball 1. Runs batted in 23 and 24 for the freshman second baseman. And Vanderbilt pulling away early in this one. So Frank Anderson will make his way to the mound. Check in with Dylan Loy. As the balls, first of all, have to get outs. And the Commodores have come out swinging. So it is a bunt single, E4. Barcy scored with Mancini's play. And then it was 2 on. Rigdon singled up the middle, and the runners came home from second and third. Obviously not the greatest of starts for Tennessee. Volunteers didn't have much going on Thursday, first half of the game against Texas. Pitch low, ball 2. right-handed batter against the Tennessee lefty. Marin plays in. Tennessee still double play depth up the middle. Would love the chance to turn two. Swing and a miss. Puts the count at 2-1. Rigdon, 18 steals and 21 tries. And Loy will check to first. Dillon again ready. Runner takes off for second. Pitch foul. Austin turned on that one. Lined it behind his head coach. Strike two to the batter. 2-2 the count. So Rigdon was in motion on that last pitch, and we'll see if that's another check to first here in just a moment. Ball line in the air towards center. Coming in quickly is Hunter Ensley. He'll make a diving effort and an incredible catch. Ball was playing away from him. Ensley wasn't going to let that one get away. Went flat out for it and caught the line drive for out number two. Incredible effort. It's two down. Runner at first for Riley Nelson. Nelson drove in the first run for Vanderbilt. Commodores have 4 in this inning. Single to right last inning. And then when the throw missed the cutoff man, he broke for second. Heads up play by Manny Marin resulted in what was out number 2. Runner takes off for second. The throw down. It's a good one. Outstanding work by Cannon Peebles as Rigdon is erased for the 4th time this season. So it will be caught stealing. 2-6 to end the inning. But Vanderbilt puts together a big inning. It's 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. After 2, Vanderbilt leads 5-0.
Baseball, it's America's pastime, and there's nothing better than a day at the ballpark. Top off your perfect game with a trip to Gus's world-famous fried chicken. Located on Sutherland Avenue, only minutes from Lindsey Nelson Stadium, Gus's offers the best fried chicken in town. And don't forget, they have you covered for game day tailgates and special events. Gus's world-famous fried chicken, a proud supporter of Big Orange Baseball. Go Vols!
Like the Diamond Vols, Fox Moving and Storage is moving at a championship level. Whether it's local or long distance, large or small, give one of Tennessee's premier moving companies a call. With offices in Knoxville, Nashville, Chattanooga, and the Tri-Cities, Fox Moving and Storage has you covered across Big Orange Country with experienced, trained professional movers for your home, office, or condo. Get your move on with Fox Moving and Storage, a proud supporter of Tennessee baseball.
Whether you prefer the connections of a small classroom or energy of an SEC school, the University of Tennessee system has the campus for you. I'm Randy Boyd, president of the UT system, inviting you to explore our 5 unique campuses in Knoxville, Chattanooga, Pulaski, Martin, and Memphis. With scholarships like the UT Promise, nearly half of our students graduate debt-free, making a UT education attainable for every Tennessee family. Start your journey at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, 1 just for you.
You're listening to Vol Network coverage of Tennessee baseball with the voice of the baseball Vols, John Wilkerson.
Vanderbilt has scored the first 5. A run in the first, 4 in the second. Tennessee has had 3 base runners, back-to-back walks to start the game, but then a string of strikeouts. It was 6 straight, 5 of which counted as outs, before Tennessee just simply got a fly ball out. Gavin Keelan checks his swing on strike 1 as they work upper part of the zone away from the left-handed batter. Pitch skips into the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gavin, 15 home runs, 43 runs batted in, hitting .355, 5 runs, 7 hits for Vanderbilt, no runs, no hits, an error for Tennessee. Swing and a pop-up foul, up and over the backstop, and it's now 2 strikes to the ball's shortstop. So they'll pull the third baseman, the Commodores will, over to the right side of the infield. Second baseman takes a deep drop into right. Pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. 2-2. Bowker into his windup. Swing and a deep drive foul towards left. It remains 2-2. Keelan again ready. Breaking ball is flicked foul out of play. Again, third base side. As Tennessee came back from 4 runs to win on Thursday, it was 4-0. Texas going into the 5th. Tennessee had not had a hit, had just 1 base runner at that point. A hit batsman that was erased immediately on a double play. Here's the 2-2. High and outside, ball 3. If you heard our pregame conversation, it's what Coach referenced. It was Tennessee's largest rally to win a game in an SEC tournament contest since 1995. The 3-2 is lifted foul again. Towards left. It'll be another pitch from Bowker to Gavin Keelan. That was a different format. The 3rd year of a very different approach by the SEC. That ball lined in the air towards right field. Going back is Humphrey on the track. 1 step shy of the fence. He'll make the catch. That was a deep drive. Great contact. Looked like it might be ticketed for the new seating area that is beyond the right field wall near the video board. But it died just shy of the fence, and that's out number 1. From 93 to 95, all 12 SEC teams played in the conference tournament, but they didn't play as a conference. First pitch swung on and missed by Andrew Fisher. He walked in the first inning. Tennessee started with 2 on, nobody out, but then Bowker struck out the next 3 to end the threat. Pitch skips into the catcher. So you had the SEC Eastern Division tournament and you had the SEC Western Division tournament. 6 teams in the West, they met, and it was just like playing a regional. Here's the 1-1. Misses outside, 2 balls and a strike. South Carolina, Lexington, and Knoxville were the 3 Eastern Division tournament sites. Todd Helton was a freshman the first year. His last year, strike on the inside corner that puts the count 2-2. But Tennessee won each of the 3 Eastern Division tournaments. And in that 95 tournament, swing and a miss, foul tip. So Fisher will get another turn. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 3rd. It's Vanderbilt 5, Tennessee nothing. Run in the first, 4 in the second for the Dores. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. And that is strikeout number 7 for Bowker. 11 batters faced. So it's 2 down for Hunter Ensley. .352 the average. Setting the pace for Tennessee with 61 runs batted in. Drives that ball into left center field for a base hit. He'll take the turn at first. First knock for the team from Knoxville. And that'll bring up Dalton Bargo. So Hunter leading the way, and hopefully many more hits to come as Tennessee needs them. Vanderbilt to run on 2 hits in the first, then 4 runs on 5 hits in the second. Dalton Bargo looking for his first hit in Hoover. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Excuse me, his second hit. Had an RBI single. He gave Tennessee the lead for good on Wednesday in the victory against Alabama. Hit by a pitch in Thursday's win against Texas. Lets that fastball tail outside. 1-1. Dalton hitting .305. Third on the team with 14 home runs. His next run batted in will be his 40th. Catcher slides to the outside part of the plate. Pitch. Popped foul back to the backstop. Strike 2 to Tennessee's junior left fielder. So after the 3 years of Eastern Division tournament, Western Division tournament, they brought everybody back together. First in Columbus, Georgia, and then settling here in Hoover. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning is the 8th for Bowker. And so for Tennessee, the Volunteers, no runs, a hit. 1 man left. We move to the bottom of the third. It's been all Vanderbilt to this point. Commodores 5, Vols nothing. This is Tennessee baseball.
Join Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental. Do it yourself and take your time. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate or call for full service. Just point and they'll do all the heavy lifting. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Sports Animal.
Job 1 for Tennessee is don't let the Vanderbilt Commodores score in this inning. A 1-0 lead after the first, 4 more in the second. Volunteers trail by 5. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification, 10 seconds for a station ID from Learfield. This is the Ball Network.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, a Cumulus station, your home for University of Tennessee sports.
To the right side. Early on the run. Wind's picked up just a hair.
Tulane's not afraid to get hot in the conference tournament, are they? was it 2 years ago when they went to the Baton Rouge Regional with 40 losses?
10 games under 500 or 15 games under 500. Elsewhere in Omaha, the Big Ten tournament, early start for West Coast Oregon. Nebraska leads 6-1 in the 6th. What impact could that have on the Ducks? I mean, as of right now, Oregon projected to be the number 8 national seed, which obviously they would control. Two things. One, there starts more of a discussion as to whether or not it bumps them down. But two, the semifinals of the Big Ten on one side would be Penn State and Nebraska. So one of those teams is going to play in the final. If one of those teams wins the Big Ten, that bumps another bubble team out.
Brody Johnson at the plate. Great start for this Vanderbilt team. 4 for 6 runners in scoring position. They've scored 5 runs on 7 hits, and they don't have an extra base hit today. Another hit up the middle. All but 2 of Vandy's 8 hits have gone up the middle. One was a bunt single, and Riley Nelson had an opposite field single.
Yeah, it's just been a clinic of how to stay on the ball and use the middle of the field. I mean, you talk to hitting coaches everywhere. They're constantly preaching to their team to use the middle of the field, both because it helps with swing direction and contact point. Vanderbilt has just done it time and time again.
Including Braden Holcomb. Single up the middle last time up.
Real quick, back to the Big Ten, KP. It's also Iowa and UCLA. So if Iowa wins that one, then you're certain to get a bid stealer. All right, because Iowa's not in.
Iowa's got a chance. Iowa's got a chance.
They have a chance, but they're
won the Big Ten regular season. They're not a lock.
Right.
But they have a chance.
The other 2, Penn State and Nebraska.
They would not get in. No, they have to win the tournament. And should be known that the Big Ten tournament is at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. The red will show up.
Really interesting, though, when it comes to UCLA. Yeah, they're in the Big Ten. They were projected to host as of yesterday. What happened?
They haven't lost.
Yeah, 2-0.
I mean, so often we talk about it. My assumption is that when you really dive into UCLA, if you start looking at the very top, so record against top 25 in the RPI, UCLA's 3-7. Ole Miss has more wins.
This one's driven to left center. Ensley and Bargo converging, and Bargo cuts in front. 2 down.
Has more wins against the RPI top 25 than anybody in the country. So I mean, if you start comparing, okay, different leagues, different areas, they've played different people. Ole Miss has won more games against top 25 RPI than anyone in the country.
So it sounds like that was a head-to-head comp that dropped UCLA down.
I would think it kind of has to be.
Yeah, Georgia Tech holding steady at 16.
Yeah. It feels like right now that's, and listen, Georgia Tech's in the semis of the ACCs. Like, I mean, they've played well too. It feels like they won the regular season in the ACC and continue to win. So. I mean, we talked about this with Tennessee and Ole Miss both coming in. Is ultimately, if they win a few games here, then it puts them in a position to squarely be in the discussion. Clearly, they are squarely not only in the discussion, but starting to feel a little more comfortable.
Johnson only has 2 steals on the year. And Bartzy's 1 for 1 with a single up the middle. There you go.
Plenty of purple in the building today, on the purple and gold on afternoon to watch baseball.
Think the tailgaters were bothered by the early start?
No, not at all. I think this is the way they would have it. They can come and go. They could,
Yeah.
A little breakfast, come back, have a little lunch, back to the ballpark.
1-1 to Bartsy. To short, backhanded pickup, and not picked up.
So for me, anytime as an infielder you have a chance on a double play ball to get around it, you should always get around it. The transfer from a backhand catch to turn a double play is always tricky. So instead of getting around that, really fighting to catch that ball with his palm up, he chooses to play that in the backhand, loses the transfer as he's trying to make that move, and a ball that I don't think they're going to turn 2 on, but you certainly keep a runner out of scoring position. Tennessee gets nobody out.
Second error committed by the middle infield today. You're saying if there's nobody on and you're just going to first, it's absolutely fine. And
I would,
normal.
as a matter of fact, I would suggest it because you're in a better position to throw when you backhand that ball.
Yeah.
You're already lined up to first base.
Plant, throw.
Correct. But when you're trying to turn 2, you want to get around it, and it makes the transfer, it's quicker and it's more consistent that you're going to make it clean.
Just making sure you weren't being anti-backhand.
No, not at all.
You don't want that community on your tail.
We don't need that getting out.
That, to me, that's why there's so much context to playing the position, because you got to have different tricks up your sleeve for different balls, different situations, different services, different runners.
0-2 to Vastine is upstairs.
Again, when you see a guy like Vastine play the whole year and only have 2 errors, and you see a play like that where it can be tricky, it just makes it that much more impressive.
I think the nuance of it is lost on casual observers or casual players.
Maybe.
Vastine struck out looking his first time up. Good block by Peebles. Elsewhere in college baseball, the Conference USA tournament in Lynchburg, Virginia. Dallas Baptist is facing Jacksonville State this afternoon. DBU hanging around the hosting discussion. 2-2 pitch. Up.
Yeah, DBU, per usual, having another great season.
Runners to be on the move. The 3-2 is pulled foul.
Of course, Conference USA has a bubble team, Western Kentucky, who's had a fantastic year. They're trying to find their way in.
Hilltoppers.
They've got an interesting
43 wins, 44 wins.
Yeah, a lot of Q4 games, which is kind of part of the context to their resume.
44-12 overall for the Toppers. Again, the 3-2 to Vastine. Again, fouled off. Two again, and there's ball 4, and Vanderbilt's loaded the bases for the bottom of the order here in the 3rd.
See how much longer they go with Dylan Loy here. He has not had a ton of long outings, but looks like they're going to give him the opportunity to work out of this one.
Humphrey singled up the middle last time. That one kicks away from Peebles. He lost it, and Johnson will stroll home from 3rd. It was a wide turn from Bartsey, who was thinking about it too.
I mean, you talk about Lloyd out there too. He hadn't been very sharp today either. I mean, it's tugging at glove side. What's a ball that Peebles is usually going to get?
Yeah.
Kind of take it on a short hop. Still should be a wild pitch with the dirt. But
I think Cannon Peebles would expect himself to keep that ball in front.
And so with a 1-0 count on Humphrey, Tony Vitello is going to go right back to the bullpen, it looks like. Coons started the game. Lloyd doesn't get out of the 3rd, deep in the Tennessee pen early.
It's the Don of a new era in the SEC, and it's a whole new ballgame. We're bringing more to every practice, every pregame, every time we sing it, sling it, and swing it. Ask anybody. Nobody brings it like we do in the SEC. More than ever, it just means more.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
A family hauler that actually hauls how it should be. The Hyundai Santa Fe.
Lease the Hyundai Santa Fe for $309 a month or get $2,000 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Can you believe it?
Vanderbilt's offense has been out of sight today. 6 runs on 8 hits as the Commodores look for berth in the championship game tomorrow against the winner of LSU Ole Miss. Not only has Vandy's offense been humming, but Tennessee's been held to just 1 hit through 3 innings, and the Volunteers have struck out 8 times. Here's Tanner Franklin from up in Jeff City, Tennessee, 6'5", 225 right-handers. First warm-up toss was 101 with a crow hop. He's 1-2 with a 4.91 ERA, 45 strikeouts against only 7 walks.
Yeah, he can run it up there. I mean, it's a mid to upper 90s fastball for Franklin. You could see it's just kind of where the velocity starts in this Tennessee bullpen, and there's plenty here, and there's plenty when he trotted in. Not all warm-up pitches are rated the same. Tom Hall. Heads up.
He announces his glove up. He announces his presence with authority. Whee!
Okay.
Yep.
We're doing that. 101. You can't actually crow hop though when you throw a pitch. That's the downside.
That's against the rules.
Not allowed.
1-0 to Humphrey, and that one gets to the backstop. Another run will score as Bartsey comes home on a wild pitch. Second wild pitch this inning. Highs and lows of being a Tennessee fan this season.
Yeah, this one's a little sloppy today. 2 errors, a couple balls to the backstop.
Starter Coons lasted an inning and a third. Loy out of the pen lasted an inning and a third. That guy may last the whole day. I hope so. But I wouldn't be surprised if he taps out. 3-0 to Humphrey.
There. Now that wins the day so far. Like, he's in first. So might beat him.
I don't think that anyone's going to beat him.
He's won, and there's no conversation.
Talking about like safe hosts and safe top 8. That's like clubhouse leader, and you can just leave the course.
Okay.
If I had a telestrator, I would circle the tattoo on the right pec, and I would suggest that you undo the right side of the overall so everybody can see.
Right there.
Yep.
And then we just clear screen.
So you go one flap down.
Yeah, one flat. Okay. Because how else would you know he's a Tennessee fan if you can't see the tattoo?
You're right. That's a really good point.
It's helping everybody know. And yes, sir. You are the champion today.
You're the winner.
Who do you think
are
called it?
No points. May God have mercy on your soul.
punch out and thought it was ball 4. Tennessee needed something good to happen. Top of the zone, Derek Malika rings up Humphrey. We'll hear from Tony Vitello. He'll chat with Chris Budden, probably about that guy right after this.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some.
Welcome back to the 2025 SEC Baseball Tournament on the SEC Network, presented by Regions Bank. Joined now with Tony Vitello. We've seen a couple of arms already. How do you manage the pen moving forward?
It's a cutthroat game, so just do what you have to do. I mean, we're not worried about the 7th or 8th or 9th inning, obviously, at this point. There might even be a run rule in effect this game. I think they said that at the plate, so it's just about the guy that's out there in the current mode, and we've been a little slow on defense. I mean, it's muddy as all get out there, but that's not why. We've had about 3 slow reads on defense, and they've done a nice job of hitting some ground balls past our infielders.
You've been so complimentary this week about your guys being able to handle the early punches in a game. How do you get them to respond today?
I think the biggest thing is to not think that the lead is, insurmountable. You get looking up there too much, and you think you got to hit a grand slam when there's no one on base or something like that. You're in trouble. Slump your shoulders and don't think you can win the game, then shouldn't be out there playing anyway. So I think the biggest thing is to ignore the scoreboard and compete.
Appreciate it, Tony.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys.
All right, thanks, Chris. Dean Curley 0 for 1 of the strikeout. Run rule is indeed in play today. It's 10 runs after 7. 2-2 to Curley. LSU had an 8-run deficit to beat South Carolina last year. Came from behind in the semis. It's Dean Curley coming through.
Well, he listened to his skipper. You're certainly not going to come back trying to do too much. You got to chip away and try to build some momentum. Bowker has given them nothing to really get excited about since the first 2 hitters of the game, and that's a little something to build on as Curley rifles one back through the middle.
12 home runs in the year for Reese Chapman. Tennessee in its history has 4 SEC tournament wins after trailing by 5 runs or more. Most recently overcame a 6-run deficit to beat Vandy in 1994. It's the only time Vandy has blown a 5-run lead in the SEC tournament. And this one's lined to right field. Bats are going now. Curley on his way to third. He got by Humphrey and right. And Chapman standing up at second. Now the throw gets away. The fire home in time.
Wow. I get it.
Tennessee is challenging the ruling about previous plays under review.
It's kind of like this is the Chapman throw before that sets everything else up.
Yes.
After just throw it away, create chaos, and then throw a strike to home to get the first out. They're going to challenge, but from here at least, it looked pretty clearly that he was out.
Yeah, a rocket in the right field corner, and Humphrey gets over there and chucks it back into the infield, and it just gets away from everybody. Vastine can't glove it. Curley tries to take advantage, and I mean, credit Brody Johnston. That is a strike to his catcher Barzy. Look at it, anticipation and just a rip shot right on the base. Yeah, he's out.
He almost sniped Riley Nelson coming across the diamond.
At review, the runner is out. Tennessee has one challenge remaining.
That's about as good as you can do it right there for Brody Johnson. That's not a throw you really work on a whole lot. The overthrow from right field, spin in one motion and throw a strike home.
Just when you thought they had something going. .952 the play at the plate. Swing and a miss for Levi Clark.
Well, it's just an unforced error. I mean, it's easy to say, but the emotion of running the bases and the ball looks like it's in no man's land, but you're down 7 runs, just an unnecessary risk. And as you said, Tom, just when it feels like they were building some momentum, there it goes.
Barzy gives it a look. It'll be in the seats. Are the lows for this Tennessee team exacerbated because the highs can be so high?
I think so. I think when you look at the talent on the roster, you see what they're capable of. You look at their resume and all the big wins that they've had against some of the best teams in the country. And then there are days, especially defensively, where they just don't play championship baseball. And I think the question will be in the postseason, can they string together enough games where they play clean defensively that the rest of their talent can carry them to Omaha?
Popped up. Vastine has time. Holcomb behind him, calls him off. Made it interesting. Consecutive hits to start the inning, and nothing happening for the Volunteers, who have stranded 5. The LSU Tigers have arrived. They get Ole Miss next.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
A third row that feels like first class. How it should be. The Hyundai Palisade.
Lease the Hyundai Palisade SEL for $369 a month, or get up to $3,000 bonus cash on select Palisade models. Hurry in today.
The SEC and SEC Network thank our official corporate sponsors for their continued support of our student athletes during every championship season.
This is what we dream of. Hard work, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears. SEC champions, yeah, we love it here. From passion to champions, trophies made of gold. Southeast, we love it here, it never gets old. Let me hear it, SEC.
Drone shot. Hoover Met has never looked better, although the sunset last night was amazing. Rolling hills of central Alabama, just outside of Birmingham, here in Hoover, home to the SEC tournament for 28 seasons. Not the start the Vols had in mind. They're down a touchdown. And here's Mike Mancini. Drag bunt RBI single his first time up. This guy's been on the big stage for a while. Remember the big home run he hit for James Madison in the tournament? Let's take you back to Little League when he was giving up home runs. Nah, that's not the pitch. I know what I'm doing.
Take a look at who hit it, by the way. None other. Oh, we didn't get there. Did you see the name before?
No.
That's Dylan Pasta that hit the home run.
Okay.
Come on. Like, your name's Dylan Pasta. You have to say it's a great name.
Yeah, you clearly will rake.
Yes.
I mean, it's a great name.
The way you said it, Berkey, was like, wait, am I supposed to know Dylan Pasta?
I pondered it.
Yeah, how do you, come on. See?
Oh, yeah. Dylan Pasta.
I make stuff up, but not in this case. That was, in fact, Dylan Pasta.
How do you think the catcher reacted? Bro, throw the pitch that I call. 2 strikeouts for Tanner Franklin. We need some momentum to really get going down the hill. Here we go. Yes.
We got a little Little League World Series feel right now. Sliding down a hill.
Here's Rustin Rigdon. He's 2 for 2 with a 2-run single. Vandy entered today with 11 double-digit wins in the SEC tournament, second most of any team behind LSU. Two hits today for Rigdon, his first of the tournament. Went hitless against Oklahoma.
Derek Malika's been all over it today. He is. That one's just a whisker low, and I think in general the umpires have been fantastic this week.
And beats a shift. 3 for 3 start for Rigdon.
How about that from your leadoff guy?
There's 3 of those today.
Pretty solid approach when a dude's throwing 98. Just be short, and man, you see just how little body rotation there is there. Just try to get the barrel in front of you, and that is the definition of taking what the defense gives you, working against the shift.
What do you got in this look, KP? Derek Malika all geared up for us.
We are appreciative of that look. Gives us a cool look behind home plate.
Did you ever have one of those fake batting helmets with the 2 beer cups and the straws on either side?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I know to what you're referring. No, I didn't.
It's a very Homer Simpson look. You can be hands-free with your duff.
It's not too late.
Christmas ideas.
That's right. Need it before that. Perfect accoutrement for the summer. R.J. Austin has flown out to center field twice.
Accoutrement?
Hat on.
Okay.
It's German.
I didn't know he was bilingual.
9 consecutive SEC tournament hits for our streak for R.J. Austin. He was the MVP a couple of years ago.
Tom, that's 46 points on Scrabble.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely am not playing games. Zero chance.
I don't think you played board games growing up, Berkey.
I didn't, but I've kind of grown fond of Connect 4. Does that count?
No.
Okay. What is that? What is Connect 4? It's not a board game.
More
it's
of a parlor game.
Parlor game. Okay.
Disc game. It's upright. It's not a board.
Correct. I thought that was just kind of a genre, though.
RJ's on a nice little run here. Hit run on a ribby and 4 straight. for the Vandy center fielder. Shoots and ladders, was that your style? Candyland?
No, Monopoly.
Okay.
I could dig some Monopoly. That's a great shot. Taking care of it himself, huh?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Just give it to me. I'll do it.
A few dozen LSU fans just got an idea for how to bring their drinks into the ballpark watching that one.
No, I promise. I've got a baby.
It's milk. I swear.
It's clear milk. It just looks different. It's new.
Nice catch and a share.
Yes. I want to see him slam it down when it gets done.
Runner on the move. Poke foul. He's got a piece of 98. I don't even think that baby needs to be burped. I think handles that on his own too.
Probably.
Stand up and walk to the concession stand.
Hey, Mom, it's time for a hot dog.
Give me a 20.
(3-2) to R.J. Austin in a 7-0 game. Vandy 9 hits, all singles.
Similar to where Tennessee had 16 singles against Alabama, though. It's not been, they haven't been cheap hits. It's been a ball striking display from this Vanderbilt offense. No extra bases, but a bunch of really solid contact.
There he goes again. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Is it time? The tag was indeed there. Strikeout, throw out, double play. Rigdon wants him to give it another look. Tim Corbin will oblige. Tag looked a little high from here.
Vanderbilt is challenging the ruling of out at second base. The previous play is under review.
The ball's there in plenty of time for sure. Come off the base at the end too.
Everybody's hands are grabbing in the clay out there. Did it get him?
He didn't get him till a foot, I don't think.
Is that not till he touched him?
That was an amazing slide.
You think his hand stuck, or you think he's doing this intentionally trying to?
No, I think he's stuck.
But
yeah.
it worked.
Yeah. When you do it, did he get him on the oven mitt on the hand at first? I don't know. That one's not easy to see. Yeah, the pullback is when you actually have two arms out and then you pull it away. That one just stuck when he landed, but I think
it worked the same
yeah,
way.
It was to his benefit for sure. Hand sticks. Did he tag him on? No, I don't think.
From the other angle, you could tell that he missed with the first swipe.
Uh-huh.
And if he missed with the first swipe, then by the time he got to his foot, that hand's in there.
Oh, it did catch the leg right there, or no? Is it not on? Is that just the pants moving?
Watch the pinky move.
Yeah, I think he catches his knee.
Yep.
Yep. Boy, he just barely grazed him, it looks like.
That's a good look there.
Great camera work, great tape room work.
And if the call stands, that'll be back-to-back caught stealings for Rigdon's last two attempts.
After review, the runner is out. Vanderbilt has lost their challenges. However, they may request a crew chief initiated review starting in the 8th.
4 innings complete. Tennessee fan base not happy. Down 7. This kid's content. He thinks they're hosting. He's good with it.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Well, it's been an amazing tournament already, and with so much on the line for so many teams, ability to host or be a national seed, or in Texas A&M's perspective, just to keep the season alive, it entered with so much promise and ended with heartache. Jace Laviolette back in the lineup yesterday and an emotional plea after the Aggies loss.
I mean, I call this man my father. I really do. I die for him. And it's not only me. There's multiple people on this team that would kill to play one more damn game for him. And I said it over the summer that there's no better coach in the nation, and I still believe it.
It was amazing, I thought, just to see Jace Laviolette back in the batter's box yesterday. He could have shut it down, focused on the draft, ridden it out. Instead, he played with a broken hand to try and urge his team to a win to keep the season alive.
You remember yesterday, too, when Chris had talked to Michael early before the game and asked him just about his feelings with Laviolette coming back, and he said at that time that now I'm getting emotional about it. I mean, listen, man, and we heard a lot of this last year, but ultimately there was a whole lot of respect in that dugout this year from Mike Irvin.
Connor Fennell is the new pitcher for Vanderbilt, and Manny Marion sends this one down the line, but just fouled. Fennell is the number 3 starter by position, but he's really a co-ace for this Vandy staff. Didn't come out of nowhere. He's from Londonderry, New Hampshire, by way of Dayton. And he's 6-0 with a 2.85 and 80 strikeouts and 47 and a third. Easy math. That's an 8-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
So if you see the strikeout numbers to innings, immediately you're going to go think, okay, high velocity. This guy has to come in throw 97, 98. He doesn't. He just does things that most other people don't do. The release point is extremely low, but yet the ball stays at the top of the zone. From a hitter standpoint, you just don't see it very often, and Fennell will continue to do it.
And there's a punch out. 10th time Tennessee has struck out today.
.43.5% K rate. He's striking out just a little less than half the hitters he's faced this year.
He just went up.
Just went up, yeah. He's at 44 now.
Yeah.
From the same neck of the woods as Liam Doyle, too, correct, Tommy?
Yeah, they're high school rivals. High school's only about 4 miles apart. Dribbler to the right side. Rigdon retires Keelan. But it is an interesting matchup when Andrew Fisher comes to the plate. He homered against Fennell in the series finale in Knoxville. You see the line for Bowker done after 72 and season high in SEC play 9 Ks.
That'll get you feeling good heading into the postseason right now, because that was the most dominant start that Bowker has had this year. The fastball was outstanding, mixed the slider in when he needed to. And he has some starting options when he gets to regionals next weekend, as to not necessarily throw J.D. Thompson in the opener if you don't want to or need to.
can't be much better than Thompson and Bowker have been for Vandy.
How does Fennell attack Fisher?
He's going to climb the ladder with a fastball, and he's going to turn that changeup over. That's the two-pitch mix. Here's the changeup that you're dealing with when you face Fennell. And the last 2 times they've met up, Fisher absolutely launched one over the scoreboard and right, and then gave him some pleasantries running around the bases.
And when they met up on the field after the final out that Mother's Day Sunday, Fennell was one of the first to try and race out of the dugout. He is a competitor. He is still waiting to go, even though Fisher used a timeout.
Fisher continues to build his national lead in timeouts called. Nobody uses the timeout like Andrew Fisher, and Fennell is not buying it.
This is outstanding. This is like a stare down right here.
Oh gosh,
look, he ain't moving.
He's not budging. Surely his teammates are getting a laugh out of that.
Look
at Nelson. Yeah, Riley Nelson. Look at him.
And gets a ground out. Close the inning.
It's the dawn of a new era in the SEC, and it's a whole new ballgame. We're bringing more to every practice, every pregame, every time we sing it, sling it, and swing it. Ask anybody, nobody brings it like we do in the SEC. More than ever, it just means more.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
List home runs allowed. Early start, and Tennessee hit the snooze button. A couple of errors, 2 runs on wild pitches. Base runner thrown out at home.
Yeah, it hadn't been real clean by the balls. Dean Curley with an unnecessary risk there with a backhand flip. Keelan trying to get him off the field to throw the ball to second base. He can't make the transfer. Curley with an unwise decision to try to take an extra base when they had some offensive momentum for the first time in the ball game, and just hadn't been their best effort here so far in this one.
You see start and how it ended, and this was when the discussion started about, is Tennessee going to host? Do they have to do things here? I think they did. I think they've now probably done enough, but ERA jumped, the OPS went down, the batting average stayed about the same, and that series win is the big one. The biggest, for me, one of the biggest things for Tennessee is they didn't get swept. You get swept, that changes things in a hurry. At least avoided that in the second half of the year and kept it to a winning record overall in the SEC.
Flip side of that coin, lost 5 of their last 6 series. Here's Riley Nelson, RBI single in the first, and pops it up. Room for Marin, who's on his run into foul territory. 1 down. Brody Johnson strides to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Hold on, I'm on the phone.
Call you. I'm trying to call you.
Yeah, here's the deal. 2 errors, 2 wild pitches allowed runs. Oh, 1 to Johnston. Breaking ball for a strike. Tanner Franklin, the 3rd pitcher of the game for Tennessee. Tegan Coons lasted an inning and a third in his start, and Dylan Loy in relief only an inning and a third. Into the clouds. Peebles loses the mask. Got it.
Nicely done.
Does Sky make it easier or harder?
You always wanted the clouds. There's some brightness up there, but certainly not the sunniest day, and that's what you call big league pop-up right there. Peebles does a nice job. Get rid of the mask, turn your back to the infield, settle underneath it. That's the one the catcher has to own. You certainly don't want the pitcher to catch it. That would be not smart. And so the catcher, of course, has to do the hard work there.
Chris, the ball was in foul territory. It's a much easier play for the catcher in that spot.
Oh, is it for him to go out there and turn his back, throw the
ball
mask?
Comes right back to him, yes.
But if the pitchers were better athletes, I think it would be an easier play. But they're not, so.
Up the middle, here's Curley. You gentlemen can continue that conversation off air for the next 90 seconds. Andy made the extra point. It's a touchdown lead through 5. Take a nap.
People who pick post-university choose our 100% online Master of Education program so they can learn practical skills from real-world professionals, making a difference in their own career and in the lives of their students. Are you a post person?
Look for an ATM from our bank, or we'll have to pay a small fortune in fees.
BMO has more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined.
Wow, saving money and more convenient.
Can I play a game on your tablet?
Sorry, no games. But we do have financial tools.
Financial tools?
The time is now to plan for your family's financial future.
Hit the road, Jack.
Hello to Sargento 100% natural American cheese. Taste the difference of new 100% natural American cheese.
And don't you come back no more.
Sargento, a promise you can taste.
As a new mom of 2, I'm so glad that I found the world's first 3-in-1 child shield by Energizer. It's the only coin lithium battery with 3 safety features designed to keep our kids safe.
Power is his inheritance, and he will not relinquish it.
Arrow sends it to deep right center. It's gone!
It was an 0-2 count. One was kind of blown out to left field. Beamed through a changeup, and he put a really, really good swing on it. It definitely traveled a little further than I expected it would. It was either catch the ball or play it off the wall. I do remember hitting the wall. It was a crazy play and just a crazy thing. We get back from the game that night, and it's kind of thrown all over the place. And that was definitely a cool moment.
Hunter Ensley with one of the most famous catches in Tennessee baseball history, and he just continues to impress with his ability to make acrobatic catches. And I think that the film of him running full speed into the wall is exactly what we were talking about earlier in the game with him, where you can run a track star time, you can look the part, but if you don't have the gear to sell out for the baseball and do it at all costs to your body, you can only be such a great center fielder, and he has that in spades. The ball matters more than his body.
Pretty good by the freshman over there at third base now, and pretty good by Riley Nelson right there too.
More famous catch, Hunter Ensley, Fearless Price in the '98 BCS championship.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think they're on par. I think the cool factor with Hunter Ensley's eye black being stuck on the wall afterwards.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
is something that I think anybody that watched that play, and certainly Tennessee fan, will always remember.
Where does that reside now, Tommy?
A little pop up to left, and look at this glove work.
Holcomb out there, boys. Johnston with a beauty, and Holcomb one-ups him right there in left field.
Yeah, it's one thing to get some dirt from the national championship or some grass. Give me a section of that wall.
How about the big fella leaving his feet? I mean, you talk about picking it off the turf. That is fantastic from Braden Holcomb.
Dean Curley at the plate. Trying to make sure everybody's on the same page in regards to the pitch clock and at the ready. Not sure Curley was engaged when Fennell started. It's a concern, and it's top of mind when Connor Fennell's on the mound for opposition hitters because he works so quickly. We saw Fisher step out in the previous half inning. They want to try and slow down Fennell's rhythm, and the way you can do that in the modern game is you just don't engage. You can be in the batter's box, but you don't lift the head up. On the run, Austin and Humphrey. 8 straight retired. Hunter Hensley has left his mark.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Is this a bad idea?
It's a bad idea, right?
This is perfect.
Are you sure you're ready to buy a house, Mika?
We just want the best for you, honey.
I don't know anyone that owns a house. Are you sure? I got this. You got this, trendsetter.
Ole Miss and LSU, one of the great rivalries in the SEC, though they didn't play during the regular season. It's our second semifinal today. Everything got moved up because there's some inclement weather expected this afternoon. Hopefully we can avoid it. So an early start at the ballpark today. Colin Bartsey is 1 for 2, reached to be an error last time up. Wind is blowing in. The ballpark has played big all week. And Bardsey sends this one to right center. Chapman and Ensley. Hunter Ensley. You cool with the early start today, Berkey?
Yeah, let's play ball.
10 o'clock start. You'd already been up for 6 hours.
It did cost me my run this morning, but that was a me choice.
What did it cost you, KP?
I only had 3 pieces of bacon. I had to scoot out of there quick. I mean, sometimes you just got to make, take it for the team. That's kind of what I did for you guys today. So you're welcome.
Yep.
Jonathan Vastine is 0 for 1 today. These two teams first met May 10th, 1897, 128 years ago. Our director today, Scott Johnson, said it was a well-attended series.
Now that's not nice, Tom.
You know the Parthenon that's in Nashville, not far from Vandy's campus? The original Parthenon, not the original one at Greece, but the original Nashville Parthenon was built that same year as part of the National Exposition, kind of a World's Fair that Nashville hosted.
Hey now.
Where'd that one?
That's your Bob Uecker call right there, Tommy. No?
Tribute.
We're not going for it?
You lose a little something if you don't do it in the moment, you know? And then you're just pandering.
I haven't heard your Uecker. I'd like to hear it.
Line to left field. I walked in Brewer Stadium years ago, and I noticed there was a car parked inside the loading dock, not outside, but inside the loading dock on the little pathway. Turned to the security guard. I said, "Is the owner in town?" No, that's where Uecker parks, and he deserved it, Mr. Baseball.
The first time I got on a plane, when I got called up, you usually get on the plane the first seat to the right's the manager's seat. He wasn't there.
No.
Uecker was sitting right there, right when I got on the plane. Okay. Awesome, awesome man. That meant the world to that organization and city.
You know that beer fridge you got in your garage? You had one in the television booth, and it wasn't a small one. It wasn't like a dorm fridge. Full size. In for a strike to Jacob Humphrey.
Tell me it wasn't just Diet Cokes in there.
I don't know. I didn't open the door. I certainly wasn't invited to. Humphrey is 1 for 2 today. But I don't know. After he passed away, it was a fun trip down nostalgia lane to go back and watch the clips from Major League. And
Johnny Carson show clips.
Those, that's what I'm getting to.
Incredible.
Chapman in foul territory. And a tag from Vastine, and he'll advance 90 feet on the fly up to right. Parky, you want to do it?
No, that's not my bag.
Warm-up tosses. Just a bit outside.
There we go. I give it a B. Like it was fine.
No tried to corner and missed at the end. I mean that may get you the edge.
Yeah. Next level. Here's Mike Mancini. One of my favorite calls. His favorite color, green trees up the middle, and Vastine around third. It's a run-scoring single for Mancini. Second hit of the game.
Nice base running by Jonathan Vastine, tagging up on the deep foul ball, and Vandy pays it off again with another rocket single back up the middle.
Don't forget the run rule is in effect. 10 runs after 7 innings. Rustin Rigdon is 3 for 3. It was a 4-run second. And that set the table. Hey. 17 steals for Mancini this year. Rigdon gives him something a little different in the leadoff spot. R.J. Austin had been there but was struggling. And he certainly seems to be more comfortable a little bit lower in the order. Kicked away from Peebles, and no play at second.
I think it's pretty impressive that a freshman can handle the pressure of hitting at the top of an SEC order, especially for a team with the spotlight as bright as Vanderbilt. And you know, the batting average isn't great, but when you look at the walks and the fact that he's almost 1-to-1 walks and Ks. That's a big deal as a freshman in this league. Very
Stole
hard
bags.
to do. Yeah.
Still 17 bags. You go freshman, leadoff freshman in the cleanup spot for Vanderbilt.
As much as we talk about the portal, as much as we talk about being old, this week we've really gotten to see a lot of the next generation of stars of this league. There's still plenty of freshmen making impacts.
Oh, just look at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Had a huge impact there.
Of course, we'll see Derek Curiel next for LSU. He's got a chance to be a star as well. Vandy's got a couple good ones for sure.
So into the line for Tanner Franklin. And the Volunteers going right back to the pen. 2025 SEC Baseball Tournament on the SEC Network is presented by Regions Bank, official bank of the SEC.
Your life is your choice. Choose your next move at WGU.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the Breakfast Faves combo. $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
Memento mori. It means remember death. Remember, you must die.
There's no discharge in the war.
Okay. I feel like we got to build up a little more momentum.
First step.
Come on. Come on. Accelerate
Come on.
into the curve. Yes. Yeah, okay. Second try was better. What do we got left? Oh.
Ninja training school is not going well. Here's Braden Krenzel, freshman from Dublin, Ohio, into the game. 2-0 with a 4.25 ERA, trying to get back on track. Perky and mono cost him a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's been trending better. It was not great against Bama in his first outing here at the SEC tournament. Sinker, slider, changeup. Another freshman, like we've been highlighting here lately, another freshman that's making an impact. Of course, Tegan Coons, a freshman for Tennessee, started this game. Now Krenzel getting a chance here later. Did we make the adjustment? There you go. There you go. Oh, yes.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Fight, compete, get to the top. Yes, 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 yes. Sign him. I'll take him on my team.
RJ Austin looking for his first hit today. Runners started and stopped, and no throw from Peebles. Did both runners know that they weren't going, or is Rigdon's responsibility to read Mancini?
Correct. Yeah, the trail runner is always going to be off the lead runner. And for whatever reason, Mancini put on the brakes. That was a nice job there by Rigdon. Of course, Fisher's playing deep, so He had some time to get back. There was nobody covering first.
Nine straight tournament games with a hit for R.J. Austin. Runners on the move. That one past the reach of Keelan. Coming home, Mancini. Throw behind Rigdon at second. Not in time, and it's an RBI single for Austin at his 10 consecutive SEC tournament games with a knock. The former tournament MVP.
They keep it on right there. Mancini's probably going to score anyway on this ball just because of his speed. I don't think he saw it off the bat at all, too, because this ball just about got it. Clean break that time. Rigdon was following. Changeup that just rides back in. A good job, Austin, of barreling it up. And Vandy had one. Watch his ball just zip right behind him.
Yeah, he had no idea, KP.
RJ was the only Commodore without a hit until then. All 9 have combined for 12 Vanderbilt hits. Riley Nelson's came in the first, and he'll get a chance here against Krenzel. Hits off singles.
Did you see the other day, 16 to 20 for Tennessee?
Yep.
Riley Nelson 3 for 7 against Tennessee pitching this season. Vanderbilt with a comfortable lead here. The wind blowing in. The ballpark has been playing big. Let's talk about game 2 for just a second. Who does that favor, Ole Miss or LSU? These conditions.
I'd say probably LSU. I
mean, Ole Miss hit more home runs.
Yeah, I think they're a little more home run reliant. Game winner yesterday. Who knew it was going to be in the first? A 3-run homer off the bat from Austin Foley. But yeah, I would say LSU's probably a little less home run dependent for their offense. Tommy, I get it. You asked me earlier in the game what I loved about Riley Nelson.
Yeah.
He leads the SEC in average with runners in scoring position. He also leads the SEC in average versus 96 plus.
Wow.
He's hitting .538 on 96 plus.
That's just outrageous. And he dumps that one into left field. Rigdon around third. It makes it a 10-0 Vanderbilt lead. Second hit of the game for Nelson.
Not quite 96 plus, but 94 right there. That moving away from Riley Nelson.
He's got a lot of clubs in his bag, KP. He can play the punch 7-iron. Watch this little punch 7-iron. I mean, he's got a driver. Yeah, he'll throw you a wedge out there from time to time, but if he needs to play it low below the wind, he can go punch 7-iron. I'm telling you, this dude right here, one of my favorites in this league. So fun to watch hit.
Vandy 7 for 10 today with runners in scoring position, and Tennessee will be on its 5th pitcher of this game. Following the exit of Krenzel.
Motrin Dual Action with Tylenol. Motrin targets pain. Tylenol blocks it. Motrin Dual Action with Tylenol.
What makes a post-university person? Post people don't have time to waste. They want to move their career forward. Post people don't have money to waste. They want a good education at a great value. Are you a Post person? Find out at post.edu.
Look for an ATM from our bank, or we'll have to pay a small fortune in fees.
BMO has more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined.
Wow, saving money and more convenient.
Can I play a game on your tablet?
Sorry, no games. But we do have financial tools.
Financial tools?
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV? Want to get out of here?
Where are those trucks?
We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And you think about it, it's like our Christmas morning for college baseball, right? It's so exciting.
There is no party like a watch party, and there is no road like the road to Omaha. One of those potential bubble teams that'll bring you out of your chair.
It's Monday noon on ESPN2. Did y'all have watch parties when you played? I don't think so.
It wasn't even televised, I don't think. When I played, there was 48 teams that went in. Hey, we get an announcement tomorrow night. Regionals will come out tomorrow night.
16 host sites.
Yeah. Yeah, which is where they play the regionals. But yes, so at least we'll get a better idea. I mean, we can talk more tomorrow about probably 8 through 16. It feels like at this point. I think 1 through 7 is probably pretty set. Get to 8 is where the discussion starts.
Hold on.
To be clear, I played in the super regional era. Just to differentiate how much older he is than me.
That's
just
nice.
Make sure we're on the same page there.
Here's Andrew Banky.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And first pitch pop up from Johnson. And that's handled by Curley. Vandy's got a 10-0 lead. The run rule is in effect. If they can get 3 outs, then allowing a run, we will move on to game number 2. The Vandy boys soaring their way towards a Sunday championship game appearance.
Third row that feels like first class. How it should be. The Hyundai Palisade.
Lease the Hyundai Palisade SEL for $369 a month, or get up to $3,000 bonus cash on select Palisade models. Hurry in today.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
BMO. It's going to be a great day for baseball at the SEC tournament.
All 16 SEC teams, single elimination. Every game matters.
This is what we dream of. Hard work, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears. SEC champions, yeah, we love it here. From passion to champions, trophies made of gold. Southeast, we love it here, it never gets old. Let me hear it, SEC.
You know, the teams remaining, and Tennessee 3 outs from being eliminated. LSU and Ole Miss slated to start 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central, but this one may be ending early. Hey, the commissioner's in the house.
Baseball fan, man. He was here yesterday.
Former college catcher.
Trophy out earlier this week to the Horns, and another one out tomorrow.
Chris Newstrom pitch hitting for Tennessee to start the 7th. Connor Fennell on the mound for Vanderbilt. I think it's interesting, and you've kind of touched on this a little bit, Berkey. Connor Fennell is a unicorn with his fastball velocity and high whiff rate, but it's all about his release. Not all, but it starts with his release point.
Yeah, I mean, his release height is like 4.5 feet.
It's about a foot lower than average.
Than normal, yeah. So he really, it's kind of hard to see from the naked eye. I mean, if you really look, it does look like he's releasing it about the height of his armpit, but you see him really drop down into his legs, and then by the time the ball comes out, it's Vandy's staff tells us it's about a foot below a normal release height. And so then, even though some of the induced vertical break, some of the spin isn't all that abnormal, because of how low he releases it and because it does have good spin, maybe not way above average spin, it just gives the hitter a much different look.
He's 6'1". His release height is at 4'7" on average.
And then he can do this, KP.
Right on right changeup. We talk about that fastball that rides up in the zone. This isn't that. This is a changeup, and he even from that low slot gets a hand over the top of it. So really turns it over, gives it that late sink. Just gets underneath the barrel of a right-handed hitter.
11th Tennessee strikeout today. Cody Bowker, the Vandy starter, K'd 9, and now Fennell's got a couple. Fennell has been perfect in relief. Levi Clark is over 2 with a couple of Ks. Into center field, R.J. Austin pushed back. The wind is blowing in, and the park will hold this one. You can see Austin having to take another step towards the infield as that ball came down, and Tennessee in a 10-run game down to its last out.
And if they don't make a run here, don't get a hit, this will be their tied for their lowest hit output of the season. They've only been 3 hit one time this year. It was in a loss to Kentucky. And
they've been shut out.
Tennessee hasn't been shut out since April 12th of 24. That came against Vanderbilt. That's the only shutout for Tennessee's offense over the last 2 seasons. Three teams have advanced to the championship game with a run rule win. Both Arkansas and LSU run ruled their way to the championship game in 17. The last time Tennessee was shut out, though, even though it was Vandy, had a much different feel. That was a 3-0 game. This altogether different. Give you an opportunity with this question. I think I know the answer, but do you think the early start impacted Tennessee?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they had yesterday off. I think that's an easy alibi. I think at the end of the day, they just didn't have it today. It was very clear that Cody Bowker had his A+ stuff, and Vanderbilt was dialed.
No, they were all over the place. I mean, stealing bags in the first inning, put a 5 spot up in the second. I mean, it was pretty consistent from Vandy. Fennell's faced the minimum too since he's come in. So I mean, you get 2 of your 3 weekend starters that have been outstanding today for Vandy.
2-0 for those LSU fans that may be in the parking lot or at the RV lot or down the road at Applebee's. Second game will start roughly 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. 3-0. Fennell never stops moving on the mound. And a 4-pitch walk is the first base runner that Connor Fennell has allowed as Hunter High works his way on base.
We talked about it yesterday during the LSU game, Tommy. You asked whose 1-2 punch would you take over LSU's, and we really couldn't come up with one.
LSU.
But the Vandy 1-2-3s, man, I think it gives the Vandy boys a ton of hope heading into the postseason that they could run through the gauntlet. You need 5 wins, and boy, it's nice to have 3 legit starting pitchers.
Stone Lawless is the 3rd pinch hitter of this inning for Tennessee. So both 1 and 2 on the mound for LSU last night. Lawless from just up the road in Huntsville, the Rocket City. He's majoring in anthropology. Did you ever take any anthropology courses?
No.
No? I took one.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
And into right center field. That one would get down. High racing to third, and Tennessee trying to stave off elimination. With 2 outs, down 10.
That's a big knock to flip the order. You got. Are we not going to? No, we're going to get another pinch hitter here. Looks like Blake Grimmer for Gavin Keelan. Gives you time to tell us about anthropology.
I enjoyed it. I mean, great professor. I don't remember his name, but he was good. There was a couple books.
What would you say was the overarching thing?
Of anthropology?
Yeah, that you learned the most.
It's history of civilization, Bedouins, things like that.
Okay.
What was your favorite era?
Stanford?
Mid-modern for me.
Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
School's definitely out for the summer. Blake Grimmer fouls this one out. A play to the left side.
They got high hopes for this one right here. Blake Grimmer. How about high school teammates with Ike Irish?
Ah.
I think that was a decent lineup.
This kid's got a chance to really hit.
Mm-hmm.
Popped it up. Vastine back. Austin racing in. It'll be Vastine to handle it, and that will do it. A run rule victory for Vanderbilt sends the Commodores to the SEC championship game tomorrow. Tony Vitello and Tennessee will head back to Knox Vegas to get ready for the postseason. Second Sunday appearance for Vandy in the last 3 SEC tournaments. They won it 2 years ago.
Pretty complete effort by the Vandy boys. They were fantastic. Cody Bowker got it started. The offense was lights out. Does everything. This offense just does everything you would want to see a team do with the inside game and situational hitting. They played a heck of a ball game.
Everybody in the starting lineup had a knock for Vandy. Top to bottom, bunch of singles, great base running, but ultimately saw how good those arms can be, and we'll see some more of them tomorrow. Vandy the first to advance to the final. LSU Ole Miss, well, hopefully in about 35 minutes.
Vandy's 8th run rule win in SEC tournament history. And they hold Tennessee to just 4 hits, shutting them out for the first time in a season and a half. Cody Bowker got the win. He's now 3-4. Deacon Coons fell to 2-4 with the loss. Vandy hitters 13 singles, 0 extra base hits. Let's get you down the field. Here's Chris.
Yeah, Cody, congratulations. 9 strikeouts on the day against the team that put up 15 runs the other day. How'd you hold them off the board?
To be honest, I was just doing it for the guys behind me. I mean, the goal was just minimize as much as possible and let the offense work.
Didn't start great, couple of walks. How did you reflip your mindset? Coach talks about for you having the mindset still of an outfielder. How do you do that?
To be honest, I just started pitching for the guys behind me. Like, instead of trying to make perfect pitches for myself, it was like, I'm going to let these guys behind me work, and it just happened to be some strikeouts. So,
congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Just happened to be some strikeouts.
There was a few of those.
Yeah, how about 9? After he walked the first 2, he struck out 6 straight. SEC Now is coming up next, so walk you through this one. We'll be back for first pitch at 1:10 Central, 2:10 Eastern between LSU and Ole Miss. For Chris Budd, Chris Burke, Kyle Peterson, our fantastic crew here in Hoover. Tom Hart, we'll see you in just a minute, about half an hour before LSU and Ole Miss go head-to-head. Vandy boys will play for a title tomorrow. We'll see who their opponent is. For now, here's Peter Burns.
Thank you, Thomas Harton. It was a no-doubter for those Vandy boys, and if you see it, taking 3 out of 4 from Tennessee, and for that, they will play on Championship Sunday. We'll have A couple of players coming up. Rustin Rigdon going to join us, the freshman up to set, and Coach Tim Corbin. Of course, now Corbin's going to be looking for his 5th SEC tournament title, but even maybe more importantly, they are starting to play fantastic baseball at the right time and maybe en route to another College World Series title. So Vandy boys will get packed up, ready to go. On the other side, Tennessee, still a decent showing here. We'll see them in postseason play, of course. We'll get you ready for about the next 30 minutes or so for semifinal number 2, which will be LSU versus Ole Miss. Interviews happen to go on right now, but looking forward to that. We'll also talk to Judd Utermark, who has been, seeing Todd Walker this ball like a beach ball so far in the tournament as of late.
Especially with guys in scoring position. My goodness, you get some ducks on the pond for Utermark, and he really gets it done. Ole Miss can swing the bats. They've got triple-digit home runs, and the performance from Riley Maddox last night was incredible. The numbers aren't great, but as a pitching staff, they're very good. As the bullpen's ridiculous. So, that's what's kept Ole Miss in this thing.
Looking forward to that. Jackie Bradley Jr., Todd Walker. I am Peter Burns, and of course, we'll have Coach Corbin up here. Rustin